Prescott Van Meyer III, sommelier from home. Today, a holiday episode. So I say happy holidays to you, PV3 Nation, and whatever generic greeting best fits you and yours. To celebrate, we will be trying Truly's holiday-themed hard seltzers. Seemed like they tried to get in some new seltzers by the end of the year. They didn't think the market was saturated with enough hard seltzers. They decided to jump on a holiday theme. Feels a little bit like a cash grab, but we will decide what it tastes like. As you know in previous episodes, I actually think that Truly is on the better end of the hard seltzers, but it is still a hard seltzer. So you have your spectrum of not good seltzers to good seltzers, and then you have, your good drinks. Actual wines. Hashtag bright sellers. And then there's Topo Chico Mango, which is an abomination. And I will not be ruining our holiday episode by talking about it any further. Here are the flavors we have today. We have spiked apple spice, orange cranberry sampler, holiday sangria style, and pomegranate ginger fizz. Don't know why pomegranate ginger fizz is part of the holidays. Maybe the ginger, I suppose. I can tell you though, holiday sangria style, that sparked a lot of arguments in the Van Meyer household when I was growing up. Not just around the holidays either, just anytime sangria showed up. People felt very, very committed to their own sangria recipe. So we'll see what Truly has in store for us today. So normally we do kind of a rapid fire when we have a variety of flavors to try, but it's a holiday episode, so we're gonna take our time a little bit more today. So let's first start off with checking out the Spice Baby, spiked apple spice. That is the Truly hard seltzer. This comes in a 5% alcohol. I suppose this is Robbie Van Winkle approved. They got Spice Baby written on the can. Maybe he's making $1 every time I say that. Hopefully wherever he is, whatever home he's renovating, he gets $1 every time I say Spice Baby. So, Spice Baby, another $1 right there for you, Robbie. Hashtag Spice Baby. For those of you who are unfamiliar, Robbie Van Winkle is formerly known as Vanilla Ice. So, an exceptional rapper from the 90s who really pushed the boundaries of what hip hop was capable of. So seeing that on the can, I think it lets us know who they're trying to market this to. 40 to 60-year-olds who think all the good music came out in the late 80s and early 90s.
I had the time of my life, never felt this way before.
That's not Vanilla Ice. I was just throwing it back to the 80s.
That girl is poison.
That's Belle Biv DeVoe. For you youngsters. Well, let's open this up and give it a smell. Very appley, like an apple Jolly Rancher. Not getting too much spice. Maybe that'll come in the flavor profile. But there's a tartness to it, that's for sure. But it's very much like candy. Not real fruity apple. It's 5% alcohol. It's like you're rolling with your 5.0, the rag top down so your hair can blow. Flow or blow? I don't remember. I'm sure he was on a lot of blow at that time. Nose candy. It was rampant in the industry in the early 90s, that's for sure. Still rampant now. Really, cocaine never went away. Anyways, back to flavor profile here. It's just very candy on the apple flavor, giving me notes of a very angry aunt because the Jell-O mold won't set. That's because there's way too much liquor in there. Unlike this, which is just 5%. So, Uncle Kenny's gonna need to really throw these back. Well, let's move on to the Cran Orange Sampler. Who doesn't like a good cranberry sauce with some orange rind tossed in there? Maybe even some walnuts. We'll see if it reminds me of that. It does not. Why are they calling this a sampler? I mean, it's the same size can as all the other ones. It is also 5% alcohol. So it's not a sampler, it's just a beverage. You can call it a Cran Orange beverage. Maybe it's just a sampler of all the random flavors they had left over from their research lab. Those are not real scientists. Trying to think of how Cran Orange matches up with the 80s, 90s music theme. It just says light it up right here. Light it up. Hopefully it's not a reference to Belle Biv DeVoe, because that would be another poison reference. We don't want poison in here. But this smell's not helping it. Light it up. Makes me think of, maybe a late 80s movie about a dance troupe that moves to the city. And all their routines, they cover themselves in glow sticks. Or it just reminds me of a drive-by shooting. Hopefully the former. It's reminding me of an emergency, you know, the little vitamin C packets you get if you're feeling a little down. I don't see how this would help your immune system, but neither did those, I'll be honest. Just had some really dark pee. All right, moving on. We've got the holiday sangria style. On the front it says, serve cold, get warm. I'm confused about starting with the vanilla ice reference and then you just drop it. This just seems like they're giving you advice. Serve this cold, but get warm because it's the holidays. So they're warning you against frostbite. Who wants hypothermia? Let's smell this shit. Now on principle, I'm not against sangria. You know, you can have fun taking some wines and making them a sangria, but you can also ruin some wines when you make a sangria. This smells like a ruined one. It smells like Fruit Loops in water. I can just kind of feel the mushy Fruit Loops on my mouth as I smell this. They're not brand name Fruit Loops. They're Fruit Circles. You get them in 15-pound bags. They were accidentally dropped into orange juice and not milk. And that's what I'm smelling. I do feel like they used a giant box of wine, maybe. Although it still says it's a hard seltzer, so no wines were harmed in the making of this drink. Thank God. Well, let's smell the last one. Pomegranate ginger fizz. Getting some very strong hints of Glade air fresheners. Tropical variety. Pomegranate I smell. Ginger, not so much. We'll get to that in the taste profile, maybe. I do smell nobody being happy, just like the holidays, so that's on point for the holiday theme. Well, we've gone through the bouquet, let's move on to the tastings. First up, spiked apple spice. Or spiced apple spike? Nope, spiked apple spice. That's a dumb name. Light on the mouthfeel, but have a very artificial sweet taste coming in at the end there. Oddly enough, the apple flavor is a little bit more authentic on the palate as I taste it, even though the sweetness is very artificial coming over the top on that. Mouthfeel is still pretty light, which Truly is kind of known for in my book. Getting a little bit of that spice, but again, the artificial sweet flavor is really kind of overpowering. And it tastes like a nice holiday apple pie that you bought from a vending machine, sweetened mostly with xylitol and Splenda. You unwrap it, bring it to the family, say, hey, look what I brought, but you don't want to tell them you made it. That would bring great shame to your household. Not a problem in my household. An hour into the holiday feast, everyone was so blitzed they didn't know what anything tasted like. The insults were hurling all over the room, just like the contents of our meal would be hurled out into the toilets later. My mother was not a good cook, and everyone was heavy drinkers. All right, moving on to the Cran Orange Sparkler. Again, tasting that orange, a little bit of tartness from the cranberry, but that artificial sweetener coming in. Oh, they do use stevia. Stevia, that dumb plant. You know the good thing about stevia, it's integral role in Breaking Bad. Spoiler alert. Yeah. There was poison in the stevia. That's how he got her. That stevia was poison. Belle Biv DeVoe. Reminds me of an orange Tic Tac that you found shoved underneath some church pew cushions. And you know what? Brush it off and you're gonna eat it. Because it was better than Mom's Sunday dinner. That was hot garbage. Not getting a huge holiday theme with this. Light it up, Cran Orange Sparkler. Yeah, don't know how I feel about that stevia sweetening the drink. Comes in very strong. All right, holiday sangria style. Let's try this out. Very loud on the mouth. Really don't taste much more than just the sweetness and a little bit of orange on top of that. Serve cold, get warm. I'm getting a little warm. My disappointment with this drink. Holiday sangria style. That sounds like an Evite that you might get in your email. You know, you're in your early 20s, you can't afford to go back home for Christmas, so you just invite some friends over. But it's all booze themed, so you should have a good time. Well, sangria, it's normally made with a sweeter wine, Tempranillo or like a Grenache, it's the Spanish version of Grenache. But this one tastes like it was made from Boone's Farm Strawberry Daiquiri Apple Wine product. So good on you, truly, for thinking of the people who enjoy Boone's Farm. Tastes like a candle store during the holidays, or the Glade freshener that's sprayed directly into your mouth. Or maybe the hot candle wax has been dripped into your mouth. That'll keep you warm. It's hard to serve candle wax cold. That is just a candle. You're just chewing candle at that point. Is that what you want for your holidays? All right. Lastly, we have pomegranate ginger fizz. That's a difficult ginger to get down. Whew. Tastes like they used expired pickled ginger from sushi restaurants. And combine it with that palm juice that's been sitting in the back of your fridge for years. You thought you were going to use it because of all those super antioxidants, but no. Doesn't taste as good as it looks. And it's not going to stop you from getting a heart attack. My Uncle Kenny and his 3 heart attacks, 2 ablations, and 1 pacemaker can attest to that. Anyways, let's give it another sip. Something very fabuloso about this flavor profile. Smelling like I should be cleaning the floors. This tastes like how a Michael's store smells when you first walk in. I don't know any other way to describe it. I mean, there's no hints of mango, but it still feels like a distant cousin to Topo Chico mango. And for that, I'm very disappointed in you, truly. But what's the holidays without disappointment, anger, and outdated musical references? I know that's all I want for Christmas. Tired of that song yet? One thing left to do. That's actually pretty good. I am not disappointed in that. So I guess what you have to do is you have to drink all 4 at once. Just suicide them all together. I mean, I just improved the seltzer just by doing this, combining them. And as you know, if a million people watch the Sonic episode, I'm gonna make my own seltzer. So I'm actually pretty impressed with myself already. Yeah, that's not bad. So for my individual ratings, I'm giving this a 17, a 13, a 16, and a 15. Which means, based on the one I've made, I'm giving it a score of 61. So in conclusion, I just want to say happy holidays to everyone in PV3 Nation. Looking forward to 2022 being a great year. Maybe instead of being a year of the hard seltzer, it'll be a year of Cabernets. Just everyone is trying to come up with a great Cabernet. Every company, fast food, restaurant, everyone just wants to come up with the next best Cabernet. I would like to review that all of 2022. There would be a lot of terrible ones being made, but you know, if Sonic is making a hard seltzer, Burger King can make a Cabernet, and I would try it. Maybe comment below what you're looking forward to seeing in 2022, what you'd like to see me do. I'll do anything. I'm not above it. I really need 2022 to turn things around for me. It's been a dark time. Do you want more sponsored episodes? Just call the sponsors and tell them you want me. Say, I'm ready to buy. Excuse me, Mr. Grey Goose, you do not have PV3 as your spokesman. Therefore, I will not be buying your product. Please rectify this problem post haste. You can say that in the message you leave for Mr. Grey Goose. And they'll call me, and I'll get a sponsored episode of Grey Goose. Boy, won't that be something. And boom, 2022 is already better. Happy holidays. That's nice.